Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Tonight, we explore the contrast between ancient wonder and modern familiarity. Examining what vanished when God transitioned from overwhelming to comfortable, we confront a critical shift that subtly reshaped both worship and belief. The moment awe was traded for approachability. In ancient theology, encountering God was a destabilizing experience. People fell face down, words failed them, and fear intertwined with wonder. Moses removed his sandals. Isaiah cried out that he was undone, and the people begged God not to speak directly because his presence was too intense to endure. Awe wasn't merely emotional excess. It was an accurate perception of God's vastness, uncontainability, and terrifying holiness. In contrast, modern belief often reframes God as relatable, friendly, accessible, and safe. Language shifts from reverence to casual familiarity, where God becomes a companion instead of a consuming fire. Worship turns relaxed rather than trembling. While this might feel inviting, ancient theology would define it as a reduction. Scripture never presents God as manageable, and even intimacy is introduced within the context of holiness. God invites closeness, but never relinquishes his otherness. All maintains this crucial balance. When all fades, familiarity breeds casualness. Commands start to feel optional. Holiness becomes symbolic, and worship turns into routine. Ancient believers feared losing that sense of awe, as it restrained presumption. All reminded humanity that God was not equal, negotiable, or subject to personal preferences. Modern belief often shies away from awe, because it disrupts comfort and demands humility. Consequently, God's edges are softened. He becomes emphasized as comforting more than commanding, and affirming more than transformative. However, Scripture never separates comfort from awe. God comforts those who tremble before him. Familiarity with awe reduces reverence to mere sentiment, creating a God who affirms but does not transform. Ancient theology asserts that awe isn't distance, it is depth. It deepens worship by grounding it in reality. God is near, but never small. Sadly, modern belief often shrinks God to enhance accessibility. Yet a diminished God lacks the weight to command obedience, inspire sacrifice, or sustain faith under pressure. All fuels endurance, reminding believers of who God truly is. Without awe, faith can become casual, and casual faith dissolves in the face of suffering. Ancient believers persevered through persecution because their God was vast enough to warrant losing everything for. In contrast, modern belief often struggles to endure inconvenience as God has been diminished to a source of comfort. Tonight's truth is sobering. A faith that no longer trembles has lost sight of the holy. Awe isn't merely an optional decoration, it's a foundational posture. When all fades, obedience weakens, worship flattens, and faith shrinks. Ancient theology understood that old preserved reverence, preventing God from being reshaped into a human scale. Yet modern belief often forgets this, as comfort can feel kinder than fear. However, the fear of God is not about terror. It represents clarity. We close tonight with a challenging question. If encountering God no longer leaves you silent, humbled, or undone, have you truly encountered the same God described in Scripture? Thank you for joining us at Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. We want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Has awe been replaced by comfort? Or does your belief still know how to stand before a God who overwhelms before offering reassurance? Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more episodes like this. Till next time.